When we made Astro Creep, which turned out to be our biggest record, we were never even in the studio at the same time. They're so straight-laced and so uptight and so dull, and like, you know, I'm used to being around people that are f***ing nuts. He's a washed-up, alcoholic Mexican wrestler.
Alexis on fire.
Papa Roach, Wolf Mother, Chris Cornell, Fall Out Boy,
Lily Allen,
Korn, Deftones.
and you're watching the Adlercast.
Ozzy Osbourne, Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie. What is it about these guys that separate them so far from about 1 billion other guys who strapped on a guitar and added a little eye makeup for good measure? Well, I don't know. But I suspect it has something to do with the fact that when they get on stage, they're not putting on a show. They are the show. You know what I mean? There's nothing unnatural about Rob Zombie's performance. Maybe a little supernatural, but not unnatural. So what's a guy like that like when he gets off the stage? Well, my name's Brian Adler, and that's what I'm gonna find out today when I go head-to-head with one of the true monsters of rock. It's Rob Zombie on the Adlercast. What do you think happens after you die?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You rot and become fertilizer.
Really?
Yeah, what do you think happens?
I don't know.
I love the concept of heaven. We go to heaven where what? Every Neanderthal man and Civil War soldier and dinosaur is like up there. Every goddamn pet I ever had is up there. So now I got like 100 cats and 10,000 goldfish I got to deal with. Insane concept.
So what do you think it just kind of ends and that's that?
Yeah.
Do you believe in zombies?
I don't believe in anything. I don't believe in UFOs, Bigfoot, or it's all bullshit. People got to get over themselves. This is now. Enjoy this, because that's all you get, buddy. But I think people forget about this, and then they wait for something else, and then they're going to be very disappointed.
It's been almost 10 years now since White Zombie, hey? Is there anything from that time period of your musical career that you miss?
No, nothing.
Really?
No, I mean, as sad as it was, I mean, White Zombie was, you know, it was great, though, the success we had and everything, obviously, and I think we did a lot of good stuff, but as a unit of people working together, it never worked. We never got along good, and it was always problems, and that was one of the reasons why I walked away from it, was because it was depressing after a while, because, you know, we did huge tours, and we were doing these huge shows and selling millions of records, and we couldn't stand to be around each other, and it's just like, this sucks. We worked so hard for all this, and this is where it ends up, a bunch of people that hate each other, so that's why I was like, screw it, you know. The band would literally play a show, walk off stage, and go separate directions and not speak to each other ever until we walked back on stage.
Really?
Another drag.
How long was it like that for?
I don't know, like the whole time.
Really? So the whole time you're thinking in
Oh,
your head, I can't
15
wait to
years,
get out
I
of
don't know.
this and do my own thing?
Yeah, no, it was miserable. I mean, but other bands were like that too. It was funny, on one of the last White Zombie tours, we took out the Ramones as the opening act, and they were the exact same way.
Really?
They barely spoke to each other. Johnny and Joey hated each other and wouldn't even speak. And I was like, how long has this been going on? He said, 17 years.
Really?
Like, see, huh? I can relate.
Does that make it harder to create together? I mean, forget about the performance part.
Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it does. Actually, it does, because if you can't stand to be in a room with somebody. I mean, when we made Astro Creep, which turned out to be our biggest record, we were never even in the studio at the same time. It's like we'd always schedule it so, okay, you're doing your drums then, I'll show up later. You know, it was always like stupid. That's why it became too much. I couldn't take it anymore. That happened to me the other night. I was somewhere and somebody came up who had just worked, I don't want to say names, but had just worked with one of the actors I always work with. They're like, I f***ing hate that.
Was it Harrison Ford?
No. I think everyone likes Harrison Ford. He's so mellow.